So we are on our way to Nasik and had a great lunch at this place called Shavaya Dhaba. We had some chicken and amazing desserts. One was a kheer and one was a sitafal cream. And we are on our way to Nasik to celebrate Tinaz's birthday. Happy birthday, Tinzi. And that's Basil from Jordan. So this is our very awesome Airbnb place. It's an entire apartment, so I just love that. That's the hall. The veranda. With some kind of function going on here. That's the kitchen. That's gonna be my room. Room number 2. What's the bathroom here? And that's room number 3. So we have a room to each of us. That is so awesome. We are on this beautiful drive on the way to York Vineyards, and we are going there for a sundown now.
This water is drinking water for Nasik, and it also there's ways to take this water all the way to the interiors of Maharashtra. So like earlier this year where there was a drought in Marathwada and all those regions, they actually kind of supplied water from here as well. Yeah. And this property of ours is 9 acres, so it's all family-owned property. This used to be a farmhouse in 2003. So what happens is once you put your berries here, the helical shaft will push the bunches towards the end, and in that process all the berries get trapped in these holes and they fall below into this pump, and at the end of that the stalk gets thrown out. So all your berries are here, all your stalk is there, and this is the de-stemming process. This is the first thing that happens. This is what is crushing. This is crushing. Now we are bottling, so that's the sound from the bottling area in there.
Okay.
So it's a linear flow. So we are receiving our grapes here, that's where the processing happens, we're fermenting here. So we started in 2008, now I started making wines in 2012. I was studying in Australia, I spent 5 years there. Came back and joined in 2012. And the idea was to make wines that have flavor. So to the consumer, it's like, oh, this is sweet. I'm like, no, it's not sweet, it's just flavor. So if you perceive it as sweetness, that's fine with me. So, and people, like, if you give people a flavorful wine that's not sweet, over time they're more likely to like that over sweet.
Correct.
So anyways, we'll get started. More heavier. Also as a variety, its natural properties, it just has more flavors and characters than Chenin Blanc. Chenin is a bit more simple, easy drinking.
Yeah.
once you press it straight away, there is color that leaches out of the skins. And because with color, there's also a little bit of tannin. So rosés generally have a much better structure than white wines. You can actually taste like I call it the backbone, but you can actually taste this little tannin that's floating at the back of the palate. So.
I like rosé, it's my favorite actually.
Yeah, I like rosés too.
And again, the idea is it has about 13.5% alcohol. It's something that even someone who's drinking wine for the first time, I want them to not turn away from wine. I want them to continue drinking wine.
Right.
A lot of people, they drink wine for the first time and they're like, oh, ये तो बहुत कड़वा है, it's too spicy. So again, the idea is to make something that has not too much oak, just the right amount of flavor, and that's just easy to drink.
This tastes woody.
Yeah.
This has
So it's been aged.
it has the aftertaste also.
And normally Cabernet and Merlot have a whole different range of flavors than Shiraz. So Shiraz is more lively, vibrant. Cabernet is more, this one has more jammy and more savory characters. And it also has a hint of like leather kind of flavor. So the French way is basically fermenting the wine for a second time in bottle.
Okay.
So the first fermentation is your normal, like how you make your wines. I bottle it, I'll add yeast and sugar.
Okay.
So sugar, because the yeast, so it needs, that's food for yeast. And it ferments for a second time in the bottle. We keep it for about 12 to 14 months. Whatever CO2 is formed as a byproduct, that gets dissolved in the wine. That's what makes it tasty. And at the end of it, that's when we riddle. It's called the riddling process. So we gradually bring all the yeast down to the neck. Then we freeze the neck by dipping it in a glycol solution that's minus 30 degrees.
We are now going to have lunch at this place called Deutya Budleya. So what we have here, I'm having the chicken thali.